Okay, guys, so for today's Scrap Your Stash, I have this bundle, and I showed it to you guys before, and this is kind of what got me going on this. I'm going to use this show special. It was 10 bucks, can you believe it, at a Scrapbook Expo, at least over a decade ago, easy. So we're going to start with this, but of course, whatever you have in your stash will be great. I think I'm going to do a one-page layout, a single-page layout. I don't even know what they're called. I usually don't do that. I usually do double pages, and I'm going to try to get away from doing my pictures like this. I always do this kind of thing, one here and one here, or like this, or however. So it might be one single image. I'll probably use my Cricut today because I want to show you guys. The other day I made a video about just cutting out your sentiments or borders, or I don't think I mentioned borders in that video. But in this video, I'll do a quick, just kind of like go over Cricut Design Space to show you what I'm talking about and how I used to use the Gypsy to design my pages, because the Gypsy was really great. You could actually layer things on top of each other, so projects, so you can see like this layer and that layer, and it was really cool. But anyway, alas, they don't do the Gypsy anymore. But you can still definitely design a design space like your whole page and kind of have an idea what things might look like. The sizing and things like that. So I do want to show you a little bit about that. But I'm just going to go through this, and if anything's still available that I can, link in the description box, I'll do that. Those would be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. But generally, again, scrap your stash. So I showed you guys I had this little craft pieces. There's like, I don't even know, just like maybe this looks like it's 4x6, maybe a 4-inch square, some other smaller piece. There's some, I was gonna say brag books, but I don't think this is a brag book. Oh, you know what? Is this a little photo holder? I know this stuff doesn't matter because, you probably don't have this, but maybe you have this show special. I heard from a lot of you guys last time. Oh, I had that same bundle. Yeah, okay. So maybe this is a good place. It's kind of sticking together to store some pictures. It's craft. I mean, that is so cute. Actually, I've made tutorials on how to make things like this. That is so funny. I haven't made one in a while, but I used to make my own photo boxes. And maybe I'll make a video of that. I did make one for a swap. I showed you guys how to make like pockets that you can put like your swap folders in. So it's very similar to that, but it's similar to this kind of thing. I mean, it's pretty easy. Just make like a little accordion. That's cool. Okay, well then you know what? I'll keep this out because that will help me arrange things. So generally in a perfect world, you have your image and then you design around it. So maybe some of the colors that the person's wearing, or you went to a wedding and the colors are these, and you go that way. I think I'll do a little bit of that today because I did find those pictures of Dorian that are super cute. So maybe for a one-page layout, I'll have one of those little pictures and we'll focus on that. And it is going to be one picture, but again, 2 or 3 pictures, whatever you like to do, just change it up. It's just, hopefully it gives you a little bit of inspo just to get started. It doesn't mean you have to do what I'm doing. This is definitely a brag book. So a 4x6 preservation album, it says. Okay, I don't know. There are some stickers, some puffy stickers in here. There are some chipboard pieces. This is SEI, like I said. I looked it up, and apparently they're still in business. I don't know. There's like some little flowers, cork paper. This thing has dimensional adhesives, which are probably all dried out. They look really bad. I don't know if you can see the way the papers are coming away. Oh, look at these buttons. They're so cute. I guess that's another thing SEI did, is like textiles, so I can see where they would have things like this. Really pretty. I don't even want to call it twine. It looks like pearl cotton. It's really pretty. And there's some nice antique brads in there. There's some rub-ons. And really what I want to get to is the paper. So let's check out this paper. Like I said before, I don't know that there's even doubles of some of these papers, but there might be. It might be that they're facing the different way. Because I can see like this one I just have in my hand, and then that one. Those are the same, but when you look at it from the front, you would think they're different. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. I already think I'm going to use this one. Okay, because I was just thinking Dorian in his little picture, he's wearing like a little bucket hat and has all these bright colors. You guys, I think I already found my paper, but, I mean, look at these. Ooh, well, I don't want to cut into 12-inch paper right now. I might have to anyway. This is really pretty. It has a really dark blue on one side, this light blue on the other. And again, this one's from Playday. This is from a different Birdie Brunch. This is from En Route. Gray and blue. Actually, oh my gosh, this is so perfect. So I'm going to cut away in a little bit to show you kind of designing borders or whatever it is that you might want to do in the design space. But then in my own, like what I wanted to cut, I ended up doing little trucks, you'll see. And honestly, these colors really go with those little trucks, but I think I'm still going to get scraps of paper from my stash because I don't want to cut into these. But, some of these are really pretty. And again, a single page because I don't know. Oh, this is that kind that feels like wallpaper. You guys remember that paper? There was a company that used to do a lot of that. I can't remember their name right now. I had some other things I picked up a Tuesday morning too. Oh gosh. Anyway, you guys remember that wallpaper feel? That one at least has 2 sheets. There's one of this one. There are some specialty papers in here. So yeah, it's just, you know, this crepe paper. Oh, that's very pretty. It even has their little SEI logo on there. I mean, there's lots of paper. So, oh, look at this one. So in that one company, which I also forgot their name. Oh, First Edition, I think. They have papers like this, and they call it, like, solar paper, but something has to do with solar. What's another word for that? Like UV paper, something like that. I'm like, that's weird. But yeah, it looks just like this. Look how pretty this paper is. I don't know if they still make it, but it's from Lovebirds Forget-Me-Not. I mean, this one's fun. This is like those, when you get a bag that's just kind of like a throwaway bag, or like, maybe you go to an expo and they give you, you know, those store bags that are kind of like that weird fabric. That's what this really feels like. Maybe I can make some bows from that. That'll be fun. Anyway, oh, this is a cute paper. Okay, so now I have an idea of at least the papers that are here. That one can be a double page. So maybe I'll bring these out for the next time. Sorry, I don't mean to waste your time just looking, but I hate to use this one because it does have a second one for it, but this paper I think would look really cute. So I'm going to use this paper. Maybe we'll come back and use some of these other items that are in here, like the chipboard. I don't know. This one's from Bookshelf, it says. Father, the greatest, wonderful. Okay. Ladies like to read too. I know this bookshelf looks very masculine. I don't know. Okay. So let me grab the picture and I'll show you that. And I also wanted to look something up. So this is the thing. If I'm stuck, go into your phone or to your whatever computer and you can look up like single page scrapbook layout. And I'm probably going to finish this up tomorrow because I got to go pick up Miranda very soon. And I've been doing other tutorials. And Pinterest, there's 600 scrapbook one-page layout ideas. This is a double, as you can see, so I'm not sure why that came out. Again, to me, single or double, it doesn't matter, because if I like this, I'll do it again on the other side. Actually, that's good that I have 2 sheets of this, because maybe I end up just doing 2 of them anyway. Maybe I use the paper this way, because I have a little train of like little trucks. I think that'd be really cute. So what I can do, again, so this one, they have like a border, and whenever you have a recipe idea, you can turn that sideways. It doesn't have to be that way. It can be however you want, right? That can be at the top, but that can be on the inside. I mean, however, so this is the kind of thing I'm talking about, where you have like a little recipe, and then, you know, they just put like a circle in the back, and you kind of eyeball how big this is, and a strip that goes across the middle, and some little ephemera pieces up here, and it doesn't have to be exactly what they're showing you, but it's just showing you like how you want to get there, right? I still don't see anything like what I'm thinking of, but I'm going to spend a little bit of time looking. I kind of already have an idea of what I want to do. I just went under images. And generally, scrapbook layout templates, that's what this person wrote, and that seems smarter. This is cool. So that one's just all pictures, of course. I'm looking to do a little something more playful, but again, I'll probably focus on one image. So again, if you're kind of stuck, you know, there's lots of things that you can check out. And then you just pop in what you think, or change up the, you know, if it's a square, okay, well, I have a rectangular or 4x6, so then put that in, you know, it's fine. Printable scrapbook layouts, I don't know about that. But you know, obviously you guys know how to search on Google or whatever you like to search with. So let me grab the picture, and then I'll get my little trucks cut out. And I did see there was one that was really cute. It was like a sandcastle on my Cricut. But if I made it 11 inches or even 11.5 inches wide to go on here, it was like 6 inches tall. Which I guess if you wanted in the background, that would be cute, right? And then you put your pictures over it. But you know me, I wanted that like in the front. So I tried to stretch it and it just looked really weird. So just forget it. We're going to use these little trucks. I'll be right back. I found this little book, and in there were all these little pictures of Dorian. I really like that one. Oh, and this one he's kind of looking up to the side. But that one he's perfectly like looking straight forward. I was doing some fun things clearly on those. So let's use this picture. And again, you know, okay, here come sirens. They went away. I don't know. Okay, so, you know, and I had this ombre paper, and I thought we should bring it this way because I have my little train of trucks here. Or, you know, I mean, it could be this way. That's cute too. I don't know. Whatever it is that you think, you know, works for you. I'm also going to cut off that little strip because this needs to go. So let's start there. And I did get a lot of great feedback from you guys that are enjoying this. I know I only did one of these videos so far, and the next one, this one, I started working on it as far as the Cricut part last week. I knew we were going out of town, so let's take that off. I just took that off. I didn't even measure the 12 inches on this one, but I mean, that side's very cute too. So let me go ahead and cut my border because I really want that to be done. I can also cut a matte layer for this, and that's kind of what I talked about in the video or when we were doing this. And again, I can change that up however I feel like whenever we get our elements. So let's cut to the Cricut Design Space stuff. I'll cut the things I'm going to cut, and then we'll kind of put it all together. Okay, guys, I don't want to take too much of your time talking about Cricut because honestly, it drives me nuts, and you guys know how I feel about Cricut. So I have them. I have several machines, and that's why we're doing this. But I do want to show you a couple things. So if I want to cut some borders, you know, we're going to go in here and we are going to say absolutely not. I'm not giving you any of this money. So let's just get off of that. And then we can go into new project, right? You have, they did change this up again. I'm telling you, they update this thing like every week. Inspire is new. I think it only had Discover in my stuff before. I don't know what that means. So my stuff, you can go and see the things you already have. There's some other info there. So let's just say new project. So, you know, I just want some borders, and we'll probably cut them like 11 3/4 inches. If you do 12 inches, it's going to want you to use the long mat, which I do have, but maybe you don't have it. For the Joy, I don't even know that they have a 12, not 12, but 6x24 mat or 6x18. So I don't even know if they'll let you choose a 12-inch border, but that's one way to get around it. You still do 12 inches and you pretend to have the other mat. I don't know that that's going to work for us though, to be honest. Another thing you can do is angle your design. So say you have a 12x24, but then angle the design when you go to cut it. You can do the editing and you can kind of move around your design and angle it so that way it'll still cut. You know, that's something you can think about. But anyway, some of the things I like to do, like if you want to plan your page here, you can definitely just get yourself like a shape. And let's say we want a square, so it represents our scrapbook page, and you want it 12 inches square. So over here where it says size, let's say 12 inches. I think, yeah, it'll be 12 by 12. So that's already your scrapbook page, and maybe you want to change the color just so it's cute. Let's just say light blue, I don't know. And then from there, I'm going to go to my images, and maybe here I want a border, and I want the ones I paid for. I don't want to pay for anymore, so I want it to go through my library, which sometimes there's a library there. Not all of my cartridges are on here because I didn't upload them, and now it's a real pain to do that. You pretty much have to call them or email them, and then you have to give them pictures of your little... I have a whole video on that. I'll try and link it, but it's really annoying. So let's just say this one. Since I purchased this one, this is cute. So let's add that to Canvas. And you can see how big that is. So let's say 12 inches. This is the only thing that kind of also bothers me. Maybe that's wider than I want, but 2 inches isn't too bad. So let's say I'm doing a double page layout, but you know, I like to echo things. So for right now, if I just want to, I'm going to rotate this so it looks like how I want it. And I would like to rotate it 90 degrees, I think. Yeah. So if I come down here, you can also get a better look. See how it's 100% view? I can go less so I can see more of it. So let's go there. Now, if I say 12 inches, this machine is going to tell me no, unless I have a longer mat. So you might go from 12, let's say 11.75 or 5, just so you know it's going to fit completely. It is too short, but that's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, if you're designing something, I would like it to be 12 inches or at least 11.75, which is just shy. So let's say 11.75. I have a feeling it's going to tell me about cutting it. It's not going to want to. Now, I cut this other one. I'm not cutting this piece of paper, this background. I'm just showing you how you might want to use this to design. So, okay, let's say we have that. But maybe I also want a strip of paper or just a border of paper. I would just use my paper trimmer. But you can also, as I'm saying, use this to design. So let's say I want another shape. And I'm going to do, let's go ahead and do a square. But I'm going to make it into a rectangle by unclicking this, and maybe I do want it 2 inches wide, but I want it 12 inches tall. I don't know which way this, yeah, perfect. Okay, and let's go ahead and change the color on that. I don't know. I'm just gonna make it yellow. I know that's really garish, but there you go. So I'm gonna move this guy over, and then pop this on here. And this is just, I'm just showing you that maybe this is going to help you design things without even having to mess with it. And I'm going to right click on this. I'm going to say bring to front because I want this to lay over that yellow. So you can kind of imagine if you had like a little color, and then we have this guy, and then maybe we want some matte layers, and maybe I go back to images and I look for a, you can do a matte layer and see what comes up. I mean, I don't know if it's too specific. Oh, it has two, show result from Matt Lauer. Yeah, that's what I want. Anyway, no. That's so funny. So how about just a photo mat or just rectangle or whatever shape you're looking for, and maybe it'll do something for you. So here we have some of these cute ones. These are all purchased because I already clicked on purchase, and that's what I prefer, to use the ones I already have. Like I said, I'm not giving any more money. All right. These aren't my favorite. But again, I mean, this is very cute. Oh, that is pretty darn cute. I wonder if, so I like this, but I'm wondering if I can have one that says hello, but then one that doesn't. So what you can do is click on these little three dots, and it'll be view similar images. It says it's in the beta stages. Okay. View image sets. And that's what's on that cartridge or collection. I don't know how they call them now. And then you can see all of them, which it's $30, but I already have it. So I can click on that and I can see all of them. Well, supposedly. That's not good. Why is it telling me I have to pay for this? I should not have to pay for this. But anyway, as you can see, that's just where you would find that option about using all those. Now let's go back to image and see how it says purchased. Why did that thing say I have to pay for it? That doesn't make any sense. Well, anyway, again, Cricut has all kinds of issues like purchased. So this should all be free to me. That's weird. Maybe. No, I don't know. I'm not going to mess with that. But again, I'm telling you, it might let me add it and still not have to pay for it. But you know, okay, let's just say this guy. Okay, add to canvas. And from here, you know, you can definitely use your sizing, or you can just kind of pull it however you would want. And let's say I want one here, and then I'm going to duplicate that because I want another one the same, but maybe a different size, maybe a different orientation, maybe this way. Oh, not that way. Hold on, let's undo that. I just want to keep it rectangular, but maybe I want to also rotate that 190 degrees. So you see how I'm kind of like planning my page here, and then you can, you know, play with that. And I don't know, I just chose some really random things. I don't know if I want the postage and then these flowers, but that would be cute if it's like maybe a page for Hawaii or some kind of vacation page. So you have your beautiful little flowers here, almost looks like a lei. You have pattern paper you're going to put here, your background paper, and then these guys. And if you like it, I mean, you can send it to cut. I would just not cut these other ones. So see how it's saying the basic square? It already has like a red telling you can't cut it. It's because it's the 12-inch square, and it will not go to 12 inches because it can barely do whatever's on the mat. You know what I'm saying? It usually leaves like a 1/4 inch all around that you can't cut. So I wouldn't cut that one anyway. So, but now I already have this plan, so I can just like not see that one, or you can delete it. And the other two should cut, but I'm going to show you what it's going to tell me now. Also, and I should have said this at the beginning, set your machine to a larger machine. Some of these things can cut on a Joy, like these. You know, these guys should be able to cut on the Joy. Depending on how big these matte layers are, they should be able to cut on a Joy. But if you go to put the 12-inch square, it might just be like, oh, you can't add it to your page because you're using a Joy. So I always like to start off with the biggest machine so I can mess around and it not tell me that I can't add things because of the Joy. Or even if you go search things and it thinks it's too big for a Joy, it won't show it to you in the search. So you definitely want to just leave the biggest machine, and then you manipulate the numbers, right, to work for you. So then we click make. I don't want to save this project, but you can. I do like that the first thing they tell you is, hey, you want to save it, which is great, but I'm going to say don't save. And when you get here, okay, see how it's 12 by 24? It didn't even let me ask. It didn't even ask me like what size mat. Now, when you look at this, it's 12 1/4 because they don't cut the first 1/4 inch up here, right? So it's kind of annoying. What I was saying is that maybe if you want to take this and give it a little one of these guys, you can probably still put a 12-inch mat, see? And honestly, you can cut your paper, or you can put a whole 12-inch piece of paper. It's just going to be very inconvenient. So I wouldn't cut this anyway on here because I can cut that, you know, on a paper trimmer. But, you know, when you check this guy out, it's just shy of 12 inches. And what you can do is put your paper exactly like a 1/4 inch or away from the edge down here. And then you can still use a 12-inch piece of paper to accommodate that. I don't know how it's going to cut at this very bottom part. So again, just pull it maybe So you can orient it the way you would want and just place your paper up in this area, right? That would work even probably with an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It just depends on what you're doing or how you actually turn it. So just something to think about to get around having to load a 12 by 24 inch mat. Like here, I can still say it's, whatever. Pick a different number, but it's not going to let you change the mat size because this machine is crazy. And then here, you can now use your 12-inch mat, right? Both of those guys are on there. And yeah, you can just say okay, or whatever it is that's going to do. So I'm just going to cut a couple borders. I just want to show you some of what you might want to use this for. Kind of use it like a gypsy where you actually design your page. And of course, if I wanted to do this twice, because I have a 2-page layout, which is what I prefer, when I go to say make, I am going to go up, whatever, let's cancel that. Oh, hello, sorry guys. I'll say okay. Up here, just say 2 and then apply, and then you're gonna get 2 of each of the things, right? So you can go ahead and make your pages. But that is the drawback on the borders, because this machine is like, nope, won't let you do that. It's a little different if you're doing manually on one of your older machines. Anyway, yeah, so just some idea on that. I'm going to go ahead and cut a couple of borders, and I'll be right back. Oh, guys, I thought I was done, but one other thing is you can also go ahead and design maybe your journaling tag here, right? So, let's make this a little bit smaller. And with the Cricut, you can also go ahead and just do your journaling, which is really nice because I have really bad handwriting. But I do like seeing things in my handwriting because that way, hopefully, years from now, that's more personal. But again, I mean, if you want to take just like a basic shape and just make it boring, or a cute little scallop shape or whatever it is, but let's just say we have this. And maybe I'm going to make that. I'm just picking a color. And then maybe some text, right? And let me move this text. Ooh, I don't know if I'll be able to move this because of where it populated. Let's move this over here. There's other ways to move this around. Let's see. Let's get my X and Y. Here we go. So let's move this over to... oh, someone's messaging me. Let's say X10, just so I can grab it, hopefully. No, I don't want that. I just want to grab it. There we go. And then you can have an idea of what that might look like sized within this. Obviously, you can do your text and then shrink it down or whatever. And then you would have that. And of course, you would attach it together, center it and do all those fun things. You want to attach it because you want it to then be one piece. And it could say, January 4th, blah, 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 whatever it might be that happened that day, or whatever you're thinking about this, what you're going to be scrapbooking. So anyway, just something to think about, and then that could get done also on your machine and cut and everything, right? So anyway, all right, back to business. Oh, guys, one last thing. As you're planning, you can also put your title on here. So if you saw my last video on how to just like weld words or put them together in a way that you have a background. So let's just say, I also want to see happy, I don't know, whatever, right? First communion, whatever it is. So I can, also change the color on that. I'm just picking like the worst colors here. And then maybe I want to do a drop shadow, or not a drop shadow, an offset. I like a tighter offset. So let's bring that in a little bit more even and apply that. And then hopefully these can be grouped together. No. Okay. See how that's separate from this? That's why you have to group them, guys, because they will size differently and they will not move together. So there we go, touch nothing else but that. And then over here, I'm going to group it. And so now I can kind of see where that might work. Maybe I have that word here. If we still had our paper behind there, we can imagine right now that wouldn't work because the paper should go to 12 inches right here. But anyway, you can still kind of eyeball and see where everything would look. So again, just designing on here, it's fun. Okay. even know if I recorded what I wanted to record. So I always put a little extra tape because these mats, you know, sometimes as it moves through the joy, kind of moves like this and then it pops up your paper. It's really annoying. I should have made them all the one color and done them all at the same time, to be honest. Funny enough, this design is so old that the little wheels, like the little covers for here, are that separate. There's one here and one here and one here and one here and one here on the mat, which is so silly. Why don't they just show there's 6 circles and put them like in a small space, you know? No, they're spaced out because this is an old cartridge, clearly, that this came from. So anyway, all right, I'll continue cutting. Look how cute the little trucks. I want it to look Monsters Inky. All right, I'll be back. I just think it's so silly because, again, these are really old cartridges that I have, and maybe if you buy it new, like, you know how now you can do access and maybe they give you access to, I don't know. This was a Disney cartridge, and again, super old. But look, there's a dot here and a dot here and a dot here, and that's how it cuts it. You can't really mess with that unless you do, well, no, because this is all one piece. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could contour and get rid of them, so I know I have certain circles, and then duplicate the other circles. I'm just not gonna take the time to do that. It's just as funny. So this is what I did, just to not waste too much paper and still get them cut like at one time. So anyway, I also want to cut like a little frame, so I'm gonna get that cut and I will be back. Oh, that one looked bad. Okay, so my joy is gonna be too small to cut like a matte layer, and I just can't be bothered to move these things out of the way to get the Cricut, the larger machine going, so I'm not going to use that right now, but I will go ahead and put together our little car, our little truck. It's funny enough, I was looking at this and I still have these die cuts from the other day when I was trying out the Carbon Home 4 dies for you guys, and I mean, honestly, I would still use it. How cute is that? I mean, maybe we should. This one actually goes really well, because, I mean, it's Ruffles. I don't care. He's a little baby. And the Ruffles, look at the blue one. I mean, you guys. I could be convinced. Look at this one. I just feel like with the little trucks, it should be something a little more rough and tumble, right? Let's see. So let's put this guy together. And I was just going to cut down some paper. That's basically what I came down to it, to do like a little matte layer. But definitely, you know, whatever dies you have that coordinate with what you're doing. I was looking at some of my Martha Stewart punches, and I was like, ooh, those would work. But then I would have to remember the whole thing about making them into a rectangle or a square, and I don't want to think about that right now. Oh, see? Gotta go pick up Miranda. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I give myself 5 minutes. So, I didn't even look at this. I'm assuming it goes right on that area. Okay, perfect. So, it goes right into that little spot. So that looks good. That looks good. And I'm just doing this a little at a time. I get there. I will get there when I get there as far as this. Okay. And like I said, I'll probably continue this tomorrow. Oh my gosh, you guys. So like I said, this was from a Disney cartridge, and I wonder if it was from like a Monsters Inc. cartridge. Or, yeah. I mean, I had all the Hello Kitty cartridges. I mean, I still have them. I have them. If I want to use my old expressions, I can hook them up that way, but the other ones are on my Gypsy, and then whatever I could download here. And somebody had mentioned, like, oh no, is it a mess to download to... Yeah, you can't use your connection at all to get your cartridges into Design Space anymore. You have to contact Cricut, and they'll let you know how to do that. And I'm telling you, they still have buttons on their website. They're like, oh yeah, just use this. And it does not work. They should disable those things because it's aggravating. You just have to call them, and they'll ask you to email a certain place, or they have some weird little widget on their website that you then upload images, the names of the cartridge, the image, and like your serial number, and then they'll add it for you to your Design Space. And that took me hours, and it was only like 10 of them that I uploaded, so I still have a good amount of ones I never even opened. I have a bunch of Anna Griffin cartridges I never opened. Silly. When you used to buy them on HSN, they would give you like $10 in Cricut money, and I never used them. Anyway, I mean, I don't know, guys. It is a little too fancy, huh? We'll cut down some paper, and actually, let's go ahead and do that right now because I have time for it, and then we'll finish this up tomorrow, which you will see it then also. I just grabbed some of that blue paper. Again, I don't really have this double-sided. I like the dark blue. And then we're going to do some fun stuff because obviously we need more. So, let's think. If that's 4x6, I would like at least 4.5, I guess, by 6.5. So again, if you don't have a lot of 12-inch paper, I wouldn't cut into my 12-inch paper because you need that for borders and other things. You need paper that's that long. By 6.5, so that means I'm going to cut it at 5.5 because this is a 12-inch piece of paper. So 5.5 in this other direction. I think I cut the right. So this is the piece I want. Actually, I should have cut it from here that way because the piece is kind of bent. That's okay. And again, I know the other one is fancier and cuter and all that, but you know, what are you gonna do? I'm not going to stick this down because like I said, I do want this to be removable later. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick those down with some photo corners that I picked up. And maybe this will be here, and maybe like a little something, maybe a little, some stamping or something behind here. It's gonna be very flat, this one, okay? But I'll be back. To finish this, but I did a little work, you know, with the die cutting and things, and so this is what I have. I have a little happy that I stuck together. This is the Don Juan wording. I also use that for the writing this up, and maybe next time I'll either make it smaller font or spread it out with the kerning, right? Spread the letters out because they kind of mix together, although you can kind of see what's written there, so I'm okay with that. And then we have the blue background. Oh, I do want to say one other thing I did with this thing. Actually, I had all these photo corners that I recently had picked up, and I was like, oh, you know what, this holds them all. I mean, I have space for one more color if I wanted. Actually, I'll probably move these over. I must have just skipped that one. So maybe I'll use these brown ones today because that's cute. And so this is what I'm looking at, and I am going to put the red at the bottom. I felt like just the strip of little trucks looked so plain, so I got this guy. So we'll do that, a little like sand dirt. We'll put this little guy here, pretty much the way I have it set up here. I do want to do a little something more in the background. So I was looking through my stencils, and these are like the Diamond Press. I thought I had one that was more like muddy, messy kind of looking. It might be under the abstract. It might be in here. But I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I thought that's cute. And just to add a little something in the background. So basically, I wouldn't use something this small, but that's okay. I'm going to use that one and some brown ink. If I can grab brown ink very quickly. Here. And you can do this all over, but I want to do it kind of right behind this little image. Just getting some brown ink and imagining that it's like in here somewhere. Don't let that move too much. Right, just a little something. That's there. Oh, a little higher up. So again, just super abstract, no big deal. Some off to the side over here, and then some on down over here somewhere. Just to add a little texture in the background. And I think I also want to run this through. I know you can barely see the very edge of it, so I don't, well, the paper is textured. I was thinking about running it through a embossing folder, but you can think about doing that. I guess we can just leave it like that for now. And let's go ahead and let's see. trying to think of what I can stick down. If I want any dimension at all, I was saying this is pretty much going to be flat, and I think that'll stick to that. But I'm going to have this. And this, you know, this little dirt, I wasn't even planning on this. It just popped up when I looked for borders. And I thought, oh, that's really cute. And so this one, when I did do 11.5 inches, it spread out nicely. What am I needing? I need to clean this nozzle here. It seemed to be a height and everything that works for the page, so I didn't have to manipulate that anyway. And I think even for that design, you can probably manipulate it and not be a big deal, because it's just like sand. Yeah, I definitely wanted to finish this up yesterday because it was so cute, but the kids are all home and I just kind of started doing mom duty over here. So I want to leave a little bit of that reddish showing at the bottom. And then this little guy, just so you can see that it's like little hills, I want it up like this. And again, if I wanted more dimension, I would definitely pop that up, you know. But we're gonna go ahead and stick that down. Before I stick that down, I kind of like the way it looked going over this area a little bit. So let's go ahead and stick this guy down wherever you think that would be. You know what? Let's go this way. I just can see when I cut that paper, and I'm just eyeballing this, guys, so, I mean, if it's not perfectly centered, that's fine. So I was trying to say about using like a scrapbook recipe is, let's say on this one it showed like a rectangle in the middle, it showed like a strip down here, and it could be like a wide bar, it showed like a little something like a strip here that would basically be your word if that's what you want, your title, and then maybe it has like a little area here, and then I chose this to go there. So like just replace whatever imagery that they're showing you that should go there with what you have. I hope that makes sense. I think I'm gonna have to stick those things down before I stick this guy down, so I probably just wasted some glue because, yeah, oh actually, it might be okay. Alright. I'm gonna grab these guys. And these are self-adhesive, so that's pretty cool. So what I'm gonna do is try and slip them on, and they stay really well, so that's good. I was kind of worried, I'm like, what if I slip them on there and they start moving? That'd be really annoying. But that feels really nice. And two more down here. And this is just because I don't want to glue down the picture. Of course, if you want to glue down your picture, you know, go for it. Just make them nice and straight. Pay attention to what I'm doing so I can then just pop it down, hopefully nice and straight in there. Doran was a big boy. So Diego was 9 pounds 1 ounce when he was born, and I thought that was big enough. All natural, well, epidural, but otherwise naturally. And Doran was 9 pounds 10 ounces, closer to the 11 ounces if you round it up. And then Miranda was also 9 pounds 1 ounce, and she was fully cooked. These boys were both born 2 weeks early because in California, and if you had a big baby, they let you do that. When I was in Georgia, they're like, nope, 40 weeks to the day. And I'm like, but you're going off of what I told you. What if we change that a little bit? So she was fully cooked 40 weeks, like on the day they induced me. And she was 9 pounds 1 ounce. So I guess she was my smallest baby, really. She had come out a couple weeks earlier. Okay. And then, again, I'm not going to glue that. I do want it kind of overlapping the picture. I think that looks cute. But I'm going to just put some glue here and not on the actual picture. But if that bothers you, if you feel like I'm putting a little bit more, then just put it on the picture too. That's fine. You know, it's whatever you want. Let's see. I'm trying to see if that's straight. Here's my paper. There's that, and this is this. Okay, that looks cute. And then this little guy, again, I'm keeping everything pretty much flat. But if you like dimension in your scrapbook, then put some dimension. And this is totally just created pretty much in the Cricut using our old papers. Looking through the stack of papers I had, I didn't use too much from there, but you know, here we go. So that is a single page layout. So what I was trying to say, like, let's say this is a sketch and you like it and you saw it online, you thought, that'll work because I only want to use the one picture or whatever it is. I'm going to grab a scrap of paper, try to show you what the sketch might look like if I had just had this as a sketch. Do I have a good pencil? So let's say that we saw this, I'm just going to round the back of this, on a website or online. And it was just like this. And it shows you like one thing like this, and maybe a matte layer, and then maybe it even shows you a circle here, like something obviously that wouldn't be there, the color. And then maybe it shows you like a little bar this way, and you think, oh, that could be anything. It could be a title, it could be a little strip of paper, it could be something that's like dovetailed, whatever. And then maybe it shows you down here a bar of just something like that. Let's say it's real plain. Let's pretend it's like double layers of a piece of paper and another piece of paper. You can see that works, right? It works. And then you do whatever you want. So here I put this little sand and same orientation kind of up off the page. I put my title here instead of, maybe that could be your journaling card. Maybe this is actually a flower, you know, or something circular or something. I put rectangular. And then your picture. And maybe you want to make that picture a square. So now you use a square picture. Whatever it is, when you're looking at it, you're kind of interpreting in the way of what do I have and how can I use that sketch? Right? So as you can see, that wasn't even the same shapes or anything. And you just interpret how you like to see that the page is nice and full and it works. So anyway, something to think about. So hopefully you guys you liked this tutorial. Again, single page layout. If I make this into a double because I have more of his little pictures, I would just do the same thing here and bring the little trucks going this way. So they're like kind of heading towards each other. I think that'd be cute. But that's it, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you're having fun, you know, scrapping your stash. And if anything's available, I'll link it there in the description box. For this one, it'd probably be Cricut, you know, items, but hopefully you already have that and you're not investing at this point. But I'll see you all, well, the photo corners, that work really nicely. I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.